Hello, everyone. Hello. I feel like I have been MIA for a while, and I'm so happy to be back. But it's been about 2 weeks, I think, since I've been at my craft table. Just been doing, adult life stuff, spring cleaning and organizing and revamping things and things that needed to get done. And I feel accomplished now, but I have got to get back to my craft table. So, I'm going to be working on a journal that is going to feature this really cool, I'm not even sure what to call it, kind of like a corset, corset lace, corset something or other. It makes me think of a corset. So this is probably going to be in 2 or 3 different parts, this tutorial, because I've got lots of ideas. And it's gonna take me a while to do. So first, we are going to work on the cover topper, I guess we can call it, or just the cover of this journal. So here's my idea. I've cut out the covers out of mat board just because I had it handy. Chipboard, I didn't think I had big enough chipboard pieces, so I happen to have this, and it's actually going to work better than I anticipated because this is a nice black finish here. I'm not going to have to cover the inside. I don't think. We'll see. But here's my idea. So this journal cover is not necessarily going to have the journal itself won't have a theme, I guess is what I'm trying to say. The theme is going to be all centralized on the cover itself. So I cut it at 6 by 9 so that it will fit just not necessarily a kit, but just a good old 8.5 by 11 papers folded in half. And I think what I'm going to do, I've been doing these for my monthly YouTube challenge, the ideas to give you guys. I'm just kind of doing a little signature for each month. And as each there's a bug. As each month goes by, I'm going to be collecting quite a pile of these. So I'm like, I want to put these in a book, in a journal, obviously. So I think that's what I'm going to use this cover for. So there's not going to be a theme necessarily. But the cover, I'm going to, I guess, satisfy my love for the colors teal, black, and copper. So I decided I happened to have this leftover teal fabric. It's just enough. I'm going to have to be careful so I cut it just so that I have enough for everything. But look at this. I don't know. I've always loved this combination. Always. Teal, copper, and purple. I mean, well, purple in here would be nice too. See, purple's a nice addition too. But mainly the teal, copper, and black. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give myself a little treat and make a cover that is just really focusing on those 3 colors. And then what's on the inside will just be like a conglomeration of all my monthly YouTube challenges. So, okay, so I'm sure you're wondering what we're going to do. I'm just going to do one thing at a time, like I said. So today, this video, we're going to do the topper. And I guess I need to come up with a name for what I'm about to do. And I think maybe it's going to be kind of like a tuck spot screen. I don't know. We'll see. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute here. So let me get my self-healing mat here so I don't ruin my table. So what I want to do is cut out a fairly large rectangle, not, like about so. And what we're going to do is put this on each side, and this is why you need to use something sturdy like mat board or chipboard. And well, here, you know what? Let me show you. I played with a little piece of chipboard just to make sure that my idea was going to work. So here's what we're going to do. And we're going to string lace or ribbon or something through here, and then we'll be able to like tuck things in there. But it needs to be a little bit bigger. I'm going to make it bigger than that. But the one thing that I realized when I made this one is, you know how this has got the loop and the hook here? I think for our purposes, I'm going to do both sides with the loop on the side as well. That way it's going to be good and firm, and there won't be any chance of anything slipping out. I don't know. Or I don't know. There's something about it that makes me, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We've got room to play. So what I want to do, I think I want to have at least four long. So let me just measure the middle. All right, now let me scooch. Okay, so I'm going to carefully cut this out with my paper cutter thingy, box cutter, with my metal ruler, because this is thick. The mat board is a little bit thicker than chipboard would be, which is great. It's going to make a really nice, sturdy cover. Yep. That worked well. That took me back to the days when I used to work at a company that did art auctions, and I was their mat cutter. And I actually loved it because after a little while, the owner, saw that I had some skill with putting colors together, and so he let me design all of the matting for all the art pieces. It was so much fun. I did a lot of mat cutting, not all by hand like that. We had a little machine, but anyway. That took me back a minute. Okay, so this, I think, is quite nice. Quite nice. All right, so we're going to work on getting the fabric cut out. And let me see. It's a little bit too tight. I just want to make sure that I have enough. I don't want it to be too, well, actually it's going to be going this way. So see, this is what I'm worried about, or thinking about, not worried necessarily. I want to keep this, I kind of like to just keep it black, but if I wrap it around here, there's going to be that edge. But I'm thinking if I do it, as little as possible without compromising the structure, maybe I can line it with like a ribbon or something. I think that will cover up that edge nicely. So that's why I have to, if I wasn't going to do that, I wouldn't worry so much. I would probably just give myself more room to play. But I'm trying to do two things at once, trying to accomplish two things at once here, multitasking. So if I do that, give myself that much space, then for the back cover, I will have that much space-ish. Then will I have enough for the spine? I will. Okay, cool. Yay. Okay. Groovy. So let me just cut this out where I believe it needs to be. Okay, so I've got this cut out pretty evenly, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it down on this side. And I'm hoping this is going to work. I meant to grab Fabri-Tac, and then I realized this is Fabri-Fix, but it looks identical. So I don't know why it's, and I compared it. I had to throw my Fabri-Tac away because it was empty, but I compared the labels and it listed the exact same stuff. So maybe it's a new, maybe they've renamed it. So anyway, let me just get this. Actually, I'm going to do one end at a time here. Let me do one end. Hang on. I need to see where I am. I'm going to make sure I'm in the center here. As close to that as possible. So, okay, there we go. All right, so now, it's kind of seeping through. I hope it works as well as Fabri-Tac. Okay. Okay. Pull it tight. Any bubbles? No bubbles, please. Ooh, it stinks. It smells strong. Ugh. Wow. It smells toxic. That's not great. That's not great. Whew, I don't remember Fabri-Tac smelling like that. Okay. If I start acting a little loopy, you'll know why. Good Lord. That's strong. Okay. Whoops. All right, so for the middle, I'm going to cut an X carefully. Guess I should get this puppy out again. And I'm just going to cut an X in here so that I can fold that over. I hope it'll work with this. I'm not sure if it's sharp enough. Ay. Okay, hang on. Hold the phone. You know what? I'll just do this. Hang on. Okay. Now this scissor is not great. Where did I put my other one? Hang on. Let me grab my fussy cut scissors. Okay, my fussy cut scissors are sharp right up to the edge, so I feel better about that. Just there. And there. Okay, so now I can, fold and do this, but I'm going to be cutting off, so it's just like another narrow little thing. Now, what I have not decided is if I want to do the same thing on this side as well or not. Have it be doing double duty. I don't know. Maybe not. Probably not. I'm so indecisive. Okay. Let me cut. That's hard to do with the little guys. Cut about like so. Oh, scissors are not the best, but they're pretty. They need to be pretty and functional, don't they? All right, we're getting there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I may have to get new regular size scissors. That's annoying. And again, if I cover this up with a ribbon or like a thick lace or something, that probably won't matter. Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's do how we just do it with paper. What I can't decide is if I want to do like have a thick fold there, or if I want to cut that. If I fold it like that, it'll be kind of thick on the edge. If I don't, then there's a chance that the corners won't be very covered. Let me do, well, first of all, I'm going to cut this a little bit more even now that I can get a better hold of it, like so. But I think I'll miter it, and I'll cut that corner off, but I won't cut it super close. And then maybe that'll cover that corner nicely, but without adding quite all of that bulk, you know what I mean? Let's see. If we do it like this, and then, yeah, I think, I don't know. I'll make it work. Let me just do that with all of them. And then we'll start gluing. Okay, so that's looking a whole lot messier than I expected, to be honest. But I think, like I said, I'm going to trim it off even more. I kept the glue close to the edge, so I'm going to be able to trim off more once it's all good and secure. And definitely going to have to cover that up with ribbon or something. And this glue, oh my gosh. You may not know this about me, but I hate having things like on my fingertips. And my friends, Nanette and Sean, who I know are going to be watching this because they are incredibly wonderful friends helping me get my watch hours up. They know how much I hate to. My friend Nanette actually would always tease me about if I had like breadcrumbs or some kind of crumbs from food. I'm always doing this when I'm eating. And I'd never noticed it before. She pointed it out. But now I'm like, yes. And especially this glue is just, ugh. I'm not a big fan. It's behaving a little bit differently than Fabri-Tac. So, word to the wise. And it definitely smells stronger. Yuck. Yuck. All right. Okay. Well, let me, I'm going to do the same thing with this. And then I'm going to wash my fingers. All right. So it looks pretty ugly from the back. I don't know about that yet. I may have to cover it all up anyway. I don't know. We'll see. But the front looks pretty good. Front is looking pretty snazzy. The corners aren't perfect, but that's okay because that's going to be camouflaged by the little corset thingies. I'm not sure what to call them. But, isn't that a yummy color? Oh, I love it. I love it. All right. I got to get rid of the stuff on my hands. All right. So let me do a little wipe on my fingers here while I talk. Okay. So, the rest is really actually quite easy. That was probably the most challenging part of this whole little section that I'm going to be doing here. So let me see here. I hate using, like more of this, and then I'll end up having extra of this, but maybe I can counterbalance it somehow. Okay, so I actually, I said 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder if I could. No, I think 4 is good. Okay, sorry. Talking myself in and out of stuff again. Okay, I'm going to cut this a little bit straighter. There we go. And then let's see, cut that about there. And then we're just going to use the same schlemiel here. Make sure everything is lined up before I cut it. All right, I feel like I cut this a little bit off now. Okie dokie. So now, easy breezy, we're just going to glue these on each side. What do you think about that? Oh yeah, that's a good width. I'm glad I did it at that width. That will be cool. Okay, so this is kind of going to be like a corset peekaboo tuck spot. I don't know. I still don't know what to call it. By the time I post this, I'll have figured out a name, I'm sure. So I'm going to glue this just right to the edge. I don't need it to hang over at all. I'm going to just glue it right to the edge because the little loop-de-loops kind of hang over anyway. So I think that'll give us enough room to play. I don't want it to be like this. I want it to be hiding that edge for sure. But I think going right up against it should be fine. Well, let me see how it looks from the back. Maybe having a little bit of lace showing from the back would be pretty. That'd be okay. Okay, I'll have it hang over just a tiny bit. I talked myself into it. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it on here so that I can see. And this is definitely, you want this to be good and sturdy. I'll probably have to hold it down for a minute. Actually, what I could have done or should have done, we'll see. Maybe use my E6000 glue because that stuff is really permanent, but a little late now for this one. That's okay. So you have just a little bit of overhanging of the lace there. I think that'll look pretty. All right, so I'm going to hold this for a hot minute. Okay, that actually dried pretty quick. And I'm not gluing the actual lace part down. I think that'll be pretty just kind of floppy. And here is this here. There we go. Okay. Now we'll just do the same with this. I want to make sure that, it's going to be lined up. These guys are going to be lined up nicely. So, okay, let's do this again. Okay. I think I have a little extra here, but you know what? That may just be fine. I may have to leave that because I think I glued that. It's a little more glued. Oh well, that's okay. To the naked eye, it will be imperceptible. Is that a word? Imperceptible? I'm making stuff up again. Okay, so now the question is, what do I want to use as the lace part? I'm thinking what I want to do is use sari silk that's been torn. Like, oh, here we go. Not this color, but I've torn sari silk into, I think, thirds actually, and have that string, the frizzy, the little frizzy edges. I think will add a nice touch too. But I don't know if I have. I don't think I have. I wanted to do like a copper colored lace up. And now that I think of it, I don't think I have copper colored sari silk. So give me just a minute and I'm going to find just the right thing to put here. Okay, sadly, I do not have any sari silk that is copper colored, but I do have this seam binding that is pretty close to copper, I would say. I also have this copper ribbon, but I don't think, unless I rolled it up, I don't know. Maybe I'll use that for other embellishments in here somewhere. But I think this might work. Let's try it, shall we? I'm just gonna put it through and do like a little lace-up corset. Okay, that looks pretty cool. And here's the thing, if we want to tuck things into it, it needs to be pretty tight, which is why you need to use something very sturdy, because if you just use even just cardstock, when you try to tighten it, it would just buckle. So, okay, I think I like that. I think that'll do. It's definitely interesting. It's not quite, see, the copper I'm looking for is, I'll probably add these things here somehow to tie it all in. Yeah, I'll make it work. We'll make it work. Okay, so I think then all I will do is tie a bow on the bottom. Make sure it's nice and tight. Yeah. I think I left myself enough here. Let me see. Yeah, I did, but I just need to get it straight. Let me. I think it'll be easier if I I'm working with even ends here. Okay. All right. Is that even? Yeah. Okay. Nice and tight, nice and tight. I think what I might do actually is just tie a knot first, because I don't want that ever to loosen up. Ever, ever, ever. Okay, now we'll make a bow. I can hang and dangle at will. There we go. Cool. All right, now let me grab a couple of little pieces of ephemera to tuck in there. Okay, and I just happen, that's convenient, I happen to have a bunch of teal ephemera because my tribe kit for June, the color kit is teal. So I just got done a couple days ago. I was fussy cutting some stuff, and here we go. Perfect. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Can just really play with some tucking here, and then I think that's pretty cool. Okay, so then the back. Let's see how would it look if I tuck more from there. I mean, I guess I could. It's a little, maybe I have to be a little bit more intentional how I tuck things. Yeah, well, the back looks like a mess right now, so, oh, butterfly. The back looks like a mess because of these edges. So what I need to decide is how I want to cover that up. I might just cover it up with cardstock, to be honest. I do have this pretty velvet. It's not quite teal, but it goes nicely. What if I did that around the edges? And then left the rest black. I don't know, you guys. I don't know yet. That may have to come later. I may have to think about that for a minute. But you're picking up what I'm laying down. I'm either going to cover up the edges and leave the black, but see, the black got glue on it. I just may, cut out a piece of cardstock so it's nice, a little bit thicker, and won't be, manipulated too much by the thicker fabric corners, and then just cut out that and then plop that on there. I don't know yet. But that can wait. That can always be done later. But this was kind of the phase one of what I wanted to show you guys. This cover topper. It could be a topper, but this is going to be the cover itself. See, so here's the plan. I'm just going to cover this just regular with the same fabric. And then the spine. I'm going to do the spine, and it's going to be a chunky girl. She's going to be chunky. Yeah, she's going to be chunky. And the way I put the signatures in is going to be another idea I have for using these little corset lace thingies. So, but that will be part 3 probably. We'll see. I'm really anxious to get this. Has been in my head for a little while. Ever since I saw this, I'm like, ooh, I had like 3 ideas pop into my head, and I'm like, I don't know if that'll actually work. So I've been playing with it in my head, and now I figured it's time to play with it in real life. So there you go. This is part 1. Part 1. We're going to finish right here on this one. And I just think it's cool. And you don't even have to, tuck anything in there, or maybe just tuck, maybe not fill it as much as I just did. Maybe just a couple of things like that. And then the first page in your journal, you can make that very intentional and have that be, have something pretty peeking through like that. I mean, obviously that's not going to work, but have something that fills that space nicely with a visual. That'd be cool. I think that'd be really cool. So I'll probably do that. I'll make my first page of the first signature something intentional so that it's pretty when you look through it like that. So there you go. Part 1. Stay tuned for more. Actually, I will have the links below to the other ones as well, so you don't have to go searching for them. All right. Thanks again so much for joining me, and I'll see you later.